Alright, so this video is going to be on what's the best battery to have. Now, in my opinion, the one you have is the best battery to have. There's different chemistries, there's different applications, there's different life cycles. It's all a big numbers panoply. But what I don't want you to do is practice battery singularism. Just the temperature range of all the different batteries are different. And unless you're in an environment or climate where it's always going to be the same and you're never going to leave, you have to consider the operating ranges of the batteries. Number one, the climate and the continuously of the parameters of the battery chemistry type you're using. All batteries that I know of work at least one cycle, so they're all the same that way. If you get more cycles, great. If you don't, you at least get the one. So what's funny is a lot of single cycle cells work in multiple temperature ranges, no problem. It's the ones that are rechargeable that it starts to be a problem. So the other thing too is you start appreciating the different families of batteries by seeing all the comparing and contrasting what the usefulness of the different composites are. So it's not like sports team where my team is better than your team and you're only cheering for the particular one you have and all the other ones are no good. No, just don't just have the one team of batteries. Own multiple teams of batteries. Own all the teams of batteries if you want. That way you get a complete overview and complete option set to use the battery which suits the situation. Now, this is a perpetual question because batteries degrade. There's some that do it faster than others. So you may think you have the battery that you always want and it suits you just fine, and then the manufacturer stops making it. And the ones you have need service or otherwise go to a great battery in the sky. So what I was saying is they're basically tools, right? If you have a toolbox, hopefully you have different size tools with different size functions. Batteries are much the same. I mean, you don't want to use a little itty bitty screwdriver and a great big application. And you don't want to use a great big screwdriver in a very small itty bitty application. So you've got to size things to where they get in where they fit in, you know. So I will say though, as far as headlamps, I'm favoring right now the NIMH, nickel metal hydride rechargeable battery, the AA size. I'm cycling them quite a bit and I'm using them quite a bit, and it's working okay, even in the different. The cold isn't that great for them, but um, they're they're doing what they can do. So far, uh, I know lithium chemistries often have issues charging past the below the freezing um, temperatures. So be aware of that and research it. They're figuring different workarounds and things, but um, if you're in a winter weather and you're on lithium, you might want to take a good look at your charging situation. You don't want to be charging those under freezing temperatures in general. There might be some exceptions, obviously, because technology advances and whatever. But yeah. So anyway, I would just caution you, the people that are talking about the best battery this, the best battery that. They need to finish the sentence and say the best battery for this application and this pursuit under these temperature ranges, under these cycles. You know, not only cycles and temperature, but you have to think of the ruggedness of the battery. Like for in the headlamp or something like that, or a portable radio, more than likely the batteries are going to get bonked and gonked a little bit, banged up. And if you have one of those lithium-ion batteries and the shell or case is perforated, that's some arcing and sparking liable to happen. So, but if it's a nickel metal hydride, it's just like stepping on a grape or something. It's not going to be a big fire. So yeah, there's different things going on. It's a fascinating experience to try to learn all this stuff, and I really can't convey to you all the situations you'll find yourself in by doing testing and real world trial of the different batteries you have. And so I try not to get battery tunnel vision. I would suggest you don't either. Just keep an eye on what's out there, what they do. There's some chemistries that are absurd to me. A lot of the silver type batteries where they're just a one shot cycle, and they're silver, and I don't know, for example, silver, I think silver copper or silver chloride or something like that. It's just a one-shot battery, but the expense of it is absurd. I mean, it's basically for torpedoes and missiles and stuff like that, where it literally is just one shot, but it's got to work. And so it's absurdity to me. Now, batteries like that I'll probably never get a hold of and use. The expense would be too high. The application too not really what I'm all about. I do favor rechargeable batteries. I will say that I favor rechargeable batteries, because if it's used just once, the application for just single use probably would be a torpedo or a missile or something like that, where obviously you're not going to reuse it. I mean, provided that it did what you needed to do, it's not going to be reusable anyway. But in day-to-day functions, like a headlamp, you probably want rechargeable and reusable, because guess what? It's a cycle cell for a cycle application where you have to keep using it. So anyway, just some thoughts on all that. What's the better battery, the best battery? it's whatever gets you where you need to go when you need to get there, in the manner which you can rely on, and that might change. So just some thoughts, and this is Military Industrial Museum. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.